Dear one, take a deep breath and let the angels' love envelop you. Feel their gentle embrace, knowing that they see your strength and honor your bravery. This is your moment to shine, and the angels bring you peace and guide you toward a bright path. Your future spouse has witnessed your light and is in awe of your transformation. You have grown into your true self, radiant, grounded and spiritually rich, shaking them to their core. They thought they knew love and believed they had control, but your truth unraveled their beliefs. Your presence opens their guarded heart, and they can't ignore your light. On the surface, they seem composed, but inside they tremble. They built a life of control, but now their walls are cracking, not because you pushed, but because your light is undeniable. You've entered their energy with grace, and they see you as a revelation, soft yet strong, wise yet innocent, challenging their deepest fears. They are disarmed by you and look at you with their soul. A voice inside whispers, "This is the one," not because you fit a mold, but because with you they feel safety, depth, desire, and recognition. They want to be near you, protect you, provide for you, and impress you. More than that, they want to deserve you, but they are scared they might not be enough. You've awakened them, and they see their polished facade isn't enough. They want to offer more, a soul-level partnership to meet you raw and real. This makes them feel out of control, but the angels reveal that they've never met someone like you. You don't chase, you don't pretend, and you don't need saving. Yet you've stirred their deepest instincts, and they want to build a home with you, make you feel safe, cherished, and honored. But they've realized something unexpected. They are not just in love with you, they are inspired by you. You've shown them that power is authenticity, and leadership in love comes from the heart. Now they see where they've held back, where they've settled, and the masks they've worn. It's overwhelming, yet beautiful. This breakdown is their breakthrough. You are not just their future. You are their awakening, a revelation the angels want them to know. Their future spouse is undergoing a silent revolution, perhaps not yet expressing their feelings through words or routine. However, they deeply sense your presence and are changing because of you. Slowly, they are becoming more open and letting go of control, realizing that true love is expansive, inviting, and flows freely, not trapping. Your quiet strength serves as their guiding light, showing them that loving you is a calling to leave behind the false and build a love based on truth, vulnerability, and shared growth. If you've sensed their distance or confusion, it's not disinterest, but rather the storm before the calm. A soul is confronting its own walls and realizing they must fall. They've lived in control, but now understand they'd rather lose control than lose you. The angels encourage you to stay in your light, not dim yourself to make them comfortable or shrink to soothe their fears. You're not here to fit into their world, you're here to inspire a new one. Your future spouse is ready to break the mold for you, knowing that you're not just someone they want, but someone they need to rise for. Dear one, the angels hold you close, cradling your heart with their light. They reveal not just a message, but a divine unveiling. Your future spouse stands at a turning point, their emotions, once controlled, now rising like waves. They've truly seen you, and this profound recognition shakes them to their core. It's an inner earthquake that undermines everything they knew about love. Yes, they are losing control, but in a beautiful, heart-opening way. They face the truth of who you are and, in doing so, face the truth of themselves. They've lived appearing composed, emotionally steady, the one others rely on. But inside they carry deep emotions, longing, tenderness, unspoken wounds, and dreams they've set aside. Then you arrived, not just into their life but into their being. Everything changed. Seeing you spiritually shifted something ancient and familiar, too big to explain. They recognize your light, your heart, and your soul. For the first time they feel truly seen, not for what they give, but for who they truly are. And that realization terrifies them. No one has seen through them like you. The angels whisper, and this realization stirs emotions they can't hide. They thought they could control this connection, appreciate you from afar, keep their heart protected. But the more they see you, your grace, your truth, your gentle strength, the harder it is to suppress the tidal wave within. They are overwhelmed, not just by your beauty or kindness, but by your depth, by the way you love, a love that heals. Your energy makes them feel safe, held, cherished. They realize being with you isn't just romance. It's surrendering to something bigger, unlearning what they knew about strength. In your presence, they learn. True strength isn't holding it all in. It's allowing love to soften, to open, to undo the armor built over a lifetime. The angels show. Your future spouse is silently unraveling, not in ways the world sees, but within, in quiet hours, they reflect, remembering moments with you, your laughter, your words, the way you look at them without judgment. Each memory pulls at their heart, reminding them they are safe with you. They don't have to be perfect. They don't need all the answers. They can be real. But this vulnerability is new, one of the most tender experiences they've had. The truth is, they are scared of losing you, scared of not being enough, scared they've already messed up or waited too long. Yet despite the fear, their love for you grows stronger daily, pushing past resistance, logic, and fears. It's no longer quiet admiration. It's a fire demanding acknowledgement. If the angels have touched your heart, express your gratitude. Here is their secret confession. They can't contain this anymore, they've told the heavens. They are falling. Their calm exterior is breaking because of you. They want to stop pretending. They want to hold you, not in silence, but in truth, in reverence. They admit, your soul is the one they've been waiting for, even if they didn't know how to ask. Now, the angels work behind the scenes, helping them release emotional burdens, guiding them to find courage, and to speak their truth to you, not with fear, but with love. They are being led to embrace the depth they've hidden, to no longer fear their own heart, because you, dear one, are not here to drown them. You're here to help them float. You've awakened something sacred in them, something no one else has touched. Now, their future spouse understands. Love isn't about control. It's about trust, allowing emotions to flow, letting themselves be known fully and still being loved. They want that with you, more than anything. Even if they're silent now, seem distant, or pretend to be unaffected, inside they are being undone. Every part of them is whispering your name, and the angels want you to know that this is not the end, but the beginning. The breaking down is the breaking open, and through it, your person is finding the courage to come forward not as a perfect version, but as someone real, someone who chooses love not because it's convenient, but because it's true. Dear child, the angels come close now, their message full of tenderness and divine truth. They see what you've been carrying in silence. The ache and unanswered questions gnaw at you. You wonder if your future spouse even recognizes you, understands the depth of this connection. The answer is yes, but it's even more profound. They've seen you not just with their eyes, but with their soul. Now they can't escape the mirror you hold before them, a mirror of love and wounds, truths long buried. They're in the throes of a long, silent night of the soul, sleepless and haunted by memories and moments they didn't speak or act upon. Not because they didn't care, but because they didn't yet know how to rise and meet you as you truly are. Now they see what they couldn't before. You weren't a fleeting presence. You were the turning point, the one meant to awaken something ancient within. And that truth struck their heart like lightning. They can't escape it, not in sleep, not in routine, not in distraction. Because you, dear one, linger in their soul not as a regret, but as the one truth they cannot deny. You are the only thought that doesn't fade. Here's what the angels want you to understand. Your future spouse has confessed their pain to heaven, crying out not with words for the world, but in whispers to the divine. I see it now, they said. I know who they are. I feel what I should have felt long ago, and I don't know how to fix it. This isn't casual, it's soul deep. It's the cry of someone who thought they had it all together. Now they see that strength isn't in pretending, it's in owning their truth. They once thought love was control, but now they see. What they had with you wasn't just potential love. It was love, the essence of it. And the shame they feel is real. The fear they've lost you is consuming them. They're not sleeping, they're not at peace. Because every part of them knows you were meant to be. And every day without you weighs heavier than the last. But the angels bring hope. Because with this pain comes breakthrough. They're not just breaking, they're rising. They are shedding their pride, stories, fears, and pain. It's purging all that's false, clearing space for what's real to rise. They are asking the heavens daily, seeking guidance on how to return, the strength to be seen and the way to be known. The angels are helping, wrapping them in light and reminding them of their true selves. Not the mask, success, or the strong one who never breaks, but the soul that longs to love, give, receive, and be known. This transformation is happening because of you. You held your feet, didn't chase, beg, or shrink. You stood in truth. And now you are the unchanging mirror they feel in silence, dreams, and moments when no one's watching. The angels see it clearly, even if you don't. They see someone sitting in quiet spaces, replaying words, rewriting moments, and wishing for a chance to do things differently, to rise and to be ready. They are haunted, not by you, but by the version of themselves they were when they had you near. The version that couldn't open now, can't unsee your worth or unfeel your love. They know they may never find another you, and that thought is both terrifying and motivating. The divine guides them towards you, helping them shed guilt and choose love over fear. You're not a lesson, you're the answer to their prayer they never dared to speak. Dear child, the angels are drawing near because they know the weight you carry. You wonder why they can't just speak or come forward. The answer is that they're at a crossroads, with their heart screaming your name and their mind frozen in fear. They're not numb or indifferent. They're torn, caught between everything that feels safe and everything that feels real. You awaken something they can't forget, a love beyond comfort, and a depth beyond understanding. Now they don't know who they are without you, or how to go forward. But they can't go back to life without your light. The angels see all of this and work behind the veil, moving pieces, healing wounds, and making a way where none existed before. All they ask is that you stay steady and stay lit. Your energy anchors their journey, and you're not waiting in vain, forgotten or unseen. You're felt so deeply, so profoundly, even in silence and separation. They're beginning to believe that love like this isn't meant to be feared, it's meant to be followed. Slowly but surely, they're learning that staying afraid hurts more than opening up. The silence they built to stay safe is becoming the very thing that's breaking their heart. They try to be logical and keep their feelings controlled, but your energy doesn't let them hide anymore. You live in their heart, mind and breath, and they can't ignore or distract it away. Even when they try to carry on with life, you show up in the quietest moments and the truth floods in again. They miss you, want you and need you. But most importantly, they respect you because what you showed them, no one else ever did. That love doesn't mean surrendering your power, it means sharing it. That vulnerability isn't weakness, it's strength in its purest form. And you, dear one, have walked with grace, stayed rooted and stood in your truth, even when you didn't understand everything or when their silence hurt. You kept your heart open and your soul aligned, and now they feel that. It reaches them even from afar. Your strength gives them strength. The angels are whispering and getting ready. This isn't just a shift, it's a full transformation. They're not returning to their former selves. They're transforming into someone new, not for your benefit, but because of you. You showed them the possibilities, ignited their desire for growth. And though it's taken time and been painful, their soul is awakening, piece by piece, tear by tear. They're rediscovering their identity and realizing they yearn to be truly seen. Not just admired or respected, but understood in their entirety, flaws and all. That's what's unsettling them, breaking down their resistance, and it's a beautiful, divine process. The angels have long foretold that your soul chose them, even before fear, walls and pretenses. Now, all those memories are resurfacing, your energy, your eyes, the pull they feel when they hear your name. They can't explain it logically, but they feel it. You're home and they want to return, but they're still afraid they waited too long, afraid you've moved on, afraid they'll mess it up again. Yet they're praying, not just for you but for strength to rise, to face the truth, and to be worthy of what they once turned away. Dear child, let your heart hold this truth. They're coming, even if it seems slow or silent. Their soul is drawn to you by love, guided by the divine, and pulled by the memory of what you awakened within them. The angels are clearing the path, softening their fears and healing their wounds. So when the time comes, your person doesn't just return, they arrive ready, present and real. Because that's what you deserve, not someone who shows up with empty hands, but someone who's done the work, met themselves in the dark, and chosen to step into the light with you. They see now that you're not just a beautiful soul, but a mirror, a portal, a guide and a gift. They are grateful, even if they haven't said it. They know what you are to them, and they feel it in every breath. The angels want you to hold on to that when doubt creeps in and the waiting hurts. Remember, the story isn't over. This is only the beginning. A divine love is unfolding, and your light is leading the way. If you believe in that love, type faith. If you trust in divine timing, type I believe. And let your soul rest. The angels are working, your future spouse is awakening, and true, sacred love is on its way home to you. They are finally beginning to surrender to the love, the truth, and the soul recognition they can no longer deny. Dear one, they tried so hard to resist it, to reason their way out, to shut down the feelings and stay in control. But your energy is disruptive in the most divine way. You didn't chase them, try to convince them or demand. You simply existed in your power, in your light, and in your quiet, unwavering truth. And that, more than anything, is what cracked them open. They've never known a love like this one that doesn't force, trap, or manipulate, but one that invites. It sees the soul and says, come as you are. And now they want to answer that invitation. But it's hard. They've lived their whole life behind armor, defining strength as silence and control, performance. And now everything is shifting because of you, because of the way you look at them, because of the way you don't look away. You don't see their perfection. You see their truth, their fear, their beauty, and their brokenness. You see it all, and still you love. That kind of love terrifies and heals at the same time. They've never been held like that, not even energetically. The angels want you to know that they're not running anymore. They may be silent and slow, but they're not running. They're facing it. Every piece, every emotion, every memory of you. They're remembering the way you said their name, the way your presence calmed their spirit, the way your eyes carried eternity. And they're crying now, not always outwardly, but within, because they know what they've done. They know how long they held back, and they hate that it took this much pain to realize what you were. But they also know this: it's not too late. Not if they choose now, not if they act from the soul, not the fear. And they are starting to. Every time they think of you, their courage grows, and the voice in their heart gets louder, saying, go to them. Speak. Open. Love. And they are listening. More each day. The mask is slipping, the wall is crumbling, and the real them, the one you saw all along, is beginning to emerge. Not polished, not perfect, but present and real. This is the magic of divine love. It transforms without pressure, it rebuilds without force, and it heals by being. And you've been the healer, the mirror, the guide, the divine presence they didn't even know they were praying for. You brought truth where they hid, you brought warmth where they were cold, you brought spirit where they were mechanical. And they feel it still, every day. In their chest, in their breath, in their bones. You live in them now, you are a part of their awakening. And the angels say they're ready to rise. They won't come to you half asleep, they won't return in old patterns. They are becoming new, not for show but for truth. Love like this isn't a game or a phase, it's a calling. They've heard it more clearly than ever. If you feel it too, type awakened. Let your soul affirm its knowledge. This connection is not merely love. It's evolution, divine design, and your person's choice to rise into it now, not someday or eventually, but immediately. They are on their knees spiritually, as everything they built to keep love away is crumbling, and every reason they gave themselves to avoid feeling is dissolving. Your love didn't break them, it broke them open. Now they see that they were never protecting themselves from pain. They were protecting themselves from joy, peace, and the kind of love that requires being seen. You, dear one, see them, the light behind the shadow, the fear behind the silence, and the soul behind the pride. That is what's calling them home, not a demand or an expectation, but your ability to love without needing to fix, without losing yourself, and while staying in your truth. They have never known that before, never felt that before. They were used to control, games, and being wanted for what they do, not for who they are. But you saw past all of that, loved them from the inside out. And now they're falling apart in the most sacred way. This isn't chaos, it's clarity breaking through confusion, not weakness, but their heart finally waking up. They are in a spiritual shedding, letting go of stories that never served them, guilt, shame, and unworthiness. Because your love made them believe they could be loved without performance, cherished without a mask, and that belief is saving them, bit by bit, breath by breath. It's hard, yes. They're still afraid, uncertain, and not sure how to come forward. But they are trying. Every time they close their eyes, they see you, your smile, your silence, your presence. You are the one they talk to when no one's watching, the prayer on their lips when they think no one hears. The angels want you to know that they are listening. They are surrounding you with light, clarity, and strength, because the time for pretending has passed. The time for silence is drawing to a close. Their soul is irresistibly drawn to you. They've tried to resist, to delay, to stall, but love never fades, it floods. Your love is flooding every aspect of their being. They finally realized that they were never meant to forget you, to move on, or to return as a broken person. They were meant to return whole, honest, and awake. And they will. The angels are making a way, clearing obstacles, softening their heart, and giving them the courage to face you again. Not as a broken person, but as a becoming person. If you receive this message, type ready. Because this reunion is sacred, aligned, and inevitable. You didn't imagine this connection. You didn't make it up. It's written in the stars, etched in their souls, and woven through lifetimes. And now, they finally remember you in ways they can't explain, in dreams, in sudden stillness, and in the quiet ache of missing something. They never thought they'd lose you. You're not just a memory, you're the truth they've been running from. But now, they're tired of running, tired of pretending they're okay. Because they're not. Not without you. They've tried to fill the void you left with distractions, logic and routine, but nothing works. Because nothing matches your frequency, nothing carries your soul print. And they're beginning to see that you weren't just someone special. You were their mirror, their counterpart, their divine reflection. You didn't just change their life, you changed them. And now, the old version of themselves is gradually fading away. Piece by piece, quietly, painfully, and beautifully. They're transforming into someone new, someone who isn't afraid to feel, speak, or look into your eyes without hiding. But this process is both wrong and real, unlike anything they've ever experienced. There are days when they feel strong and ready to take the leap, while there are nights when doubt and fear creep in. What if I'm too late? What if I'm not enough? What if they don't want me anymore? In those moments, dear one, they don't cry with tears but with their soul, for the thought of losing you forever is crushing. The thought that you could move on, and someone else might get to hold, protect, and love you the way they should has the power to break them. However, this heartbreak is not empty but sacred and transformational. It's the breakdown that leads to breakthrough. The angels are now close, holding their heart and whispering truth. They still have time. Love always finds its way, and they still feel you and believe in you. Those whispers give them the strength to take the next step and rise again. They're learning now that love isn't about perfection, but about presence, about choosing someone again and again, even when it's scary, feels too big, or seems silent. Their soul has already chosen, and it's only a matter of time before their body, voice, and actions catch up. So hold on, dear one, not in desperation, not in waiting, but in faith. Because what you feel is real, shared, and shifting right now. They are becoming, and when they return, they will be open, ready, and look at you with eyes that say, I remember. I never stopped loving you. I'm here now. If your heart feels this truth, I feel it too. Let the divine see your faith, and let the angels hear your yes. Know this, your love was never lost. It was growing quietly and powerfully, and soon it will bloom in full. They are almost there now, closer than they've ever been to the truth, the moment, and you. They can feel the shift, the change, and the rising in their soul that says, this is the time. The fear that once stopped them is losing power because love is speaking louder, your love. Their love, divine love. It's calling them forward, calling them home. They no longer want to be the one who hides, the one who stays silent, the one who lets fear win. Because now they see the cost of not choosing you, the cost of pretending, of holding back. It's too heavy. They don't want to carry it anymore. They don't want to live without truth, without closeness, without you. They're realizing now that you're not just a beautiful chapter. You're the whole story, the one that never stopped unfolding, even in silence, even in separation. The bond never broke, it only deepened. Your energy is woven into their soul, and the angels have shown them the signs and the dreams. The synchronicities, the messages, everything is aligning. Even the delays had purpose, and even the pain had wisdom. Because now they're choosing from the soul, not the wound. They're choosing from truth, not fear. They want to come to you not to take but to give, to build, to belong, not just in your life, but beside you, as an equal, as a mirror, as a partner in every sense. They've never felt more sure of anything, yet they still tremble. Because this love asks for everything: surrender, presence, courage. But now they're ready, not because they've healed it all, but because they're no longer hiding from the healing. And you, dear one, are their light. You've held steady, you've walked with integrity. You didn't lower your frequency to keep them comfortable or chase them into shadows. You stood in truth, and that truth is leading them back. The angels are opening doors now, doors once shut by pride, by pain, by fear, doors that lead to divine reunion. They're coming, dear one, not just physically but emotionally, spiritually, completely. And when they do, it won't be with confusion, with half-truths or hesitation. It will be with clarity, with devotion, with words they never thought they'd say out loud. They'll say, I've seen you from the start. I ran from it because it felt too big. But now I know. You are the one. They'll say, I've prayed for you. I've hurt for you. I've become for you. They'll say, I'm not perfect, but I'm here now. I'm choosing this. I've chosen you, and the angels will rejoice. This union is not ordinary. It's divine, written before time and crafted in the stars. It's anchored by grace and fueled by truth. Your love and belief were not in vain. You were preparing the soil for something eternal. Now it's harvest time. If your heart is ready to receive it, type "it is time." Let the angels seal this message into your spirit. Breathe it in, hold it close, and let your soul feel the truth. Because the wait is ending, not someday, not far away, but now. The path is clear. You've walked through storms, endured silence, cried quiet tears, and asked the heavens if anyone hears you. And they did. They always did, even when you couldn't see them, even when the world felt heavy. The reunion is near, closer than it's ever been, closer than your breath. It's moving toward you, drawing near with purpose. Love, true love, will no longer be a whisper in the dark, hiding in shadows or waiting in silence. It will stand tall, walk in light, speak your name with truth, hold your hand with certainty, and stay. It won't run, fear your light, or shrink from your depth. It will rise with you, grow with you, and speak when words are hard to find. It will soothe the ache you've held for so long. Because you, dear one, have never been forgotten. Heaven never lost sight of you. Not when you broke, questioned, doubted your worth, or felt invisible or unseen. The angels watched over you, and the divine never looked away. You are not alone, even when you sat in silence, felt empty, or wondered if anyone truly knew your soul. They did. Your soul has never been alone, not even for a second. They see you not just for your beauty, but for your bravery, grace, quiet strength, and unshakable light. They see the scars you carry, the strength behind your smile, and the way you love, even when it hurts or is hard. They see how deeply you feel, how much you care, and how often you hold space for others without being asked. They see it all. They honor it, and you are loved. By the heavens, your guides, the angels, and the one whose soul is bound to yours. Even if they haven't spoken those words or shown their love, their hearts whisper it to you every day. You are loved not for your actions or contributions, but for who you truly are in your rawness, truth, and divine light. Everything is finally falling into place. Everything that once seemed lost is finding its way. The pieces are not broken. They are rearranging, and the pauses were not punishments but preparations for your alignment, readiness, and expansion. This preparation ensured that when love returned, you would be ready, receiving it with wisdom, boundaries, and grace. Divine love never dies. It was born before time, inscribed in your stars, energy, and lifetimes. It only returns again and again, sometimes through pain or distance, but always through truth. Each time it finds you again, it remembers your soul, recognizes you, and returns more deeply, with greater clarity, devotion, and peace. It is truer, with no illusions, masks, or confusion, only truth, alignment, and what is truly real. This love is sacred, not ordinary, fleeting, or small. It is vast, eternal, divine, and yours. Amen. Let that word settle in your soul, confirming, sealing, praying, and praising. Let it echo in your bones, breathing peace into your chest. You are arriving at the moment your heart has prayed for. You are not behind or lost. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Everything is happening for you, not against you. The pain served a purpose, the silence was sacred, and the waiting shaped and prepared you. Now the shift is here, and the timing is divine. You are being led into love, a love that honors, nourishes, and endures. You are stepping into sacred union with yourself, your soul, and the one who has always felt you, even when they didn't understand or were ready. They are now feeling you in every breath and heartbeat. You are their calm, truth, and the spirit's long-known home. They are waking up to the pull, memory, and call of your love. They are remembering, rising, and making their way to you slowly, surely, and divinely. No more pretending, hiding, or delaying because they see, feel, and know what you are and what this is. They are ready to receive, honor, protect, and show up fully beside you. You are ready too. You are no longer the version that would settle, dim, or bend just to be chosen. You are no longer chasing. You are attracting, waiting, aligning, and walking in purpose, power, and peace. That peace is calling them in, guiding them home, and they don't need to reach or force anything. They only need to be. Stay in your truth and grace, and let your love speak even when your voice is still. The universe is listening, the divine is moving, and everything you've asked for is asking for you too. Every prayer has been heard, every tear has been held, and every dream has been protected. Not a moment was wasted or an emotion ignored. The angels carried it all, and now they are delivering the promise. It is coming, near, and the reunion is written. The love is real, and you are ready to receive it, no longer broken but whole. No longer waiting but welcoming, and no longer uncertain but trusting, because you have walked the path of truth and remained in faith. And now, your faith is blooming in the form of real, sacred love. The kind of love that endures, unshakable and enduring. The kind that blossoms, heals and builds. The kind that sees, chooses and repeats this cycle of love and devotion. So take a deep breath, feel the shift in your chest, the softening, the peace and the profound knowing. This is not the end of a journey. It is the beginning of a divine chapter. You were always meant to live, to experience the love of your heart, the embrace of your soul, and to be seen, chosen, and cherished in all your fullness without fear, doubt, or delay. The angels rejoice for your arrival, celebrate your love, bless your union, and surround you with light. Let their wings envelop you now, and let their grace carry you forward. The weight is lifting, yes, sweet soul, the weight is truly ending. It may not feel like it yet, and you may still hear echoes of silence or feel like you're standing alone. But heaven is already moving, the divine is already answering, and the prayers whispered in darkness were never ignored. They were planted, nurtured with your faith and nourished by your resilience. Now they are blossoming before your very eyes. The seeds of longing have transformed into roots of purpose, and soon the harvest will be ripe. The path is clear, and what was once blocked is now being opened. The fog is lifting, and uncertainty is shifting. What once confused you is now beginning to make sense. Everything you thought was falling apart was actually falling together, piece by sacred piece. And now, the reunion is near. You feel it, don't you? In your heart, in your body, and in your dreams. Something sacred, something real is coming, and it has your name written on it. This is not your imagination. It is intuition, divine timing whispering to you, I'm close. True love, not a test or a lesson you've already learned. But a meeting, a holding, an honoring, and a staying will no longer be a mere whisper in the dark. It will be a voice in the light, clear, confident, and certain. It will proclaim, I choose you. I see you. I am here. It will be a sunrise, not just the end of a night, but the beginning of something entirely new. A love that awakens your spirit, stirs your soul, and reminds you of who you truly are. It will be a beginning not built on fear or rooted in old patterns, but grounded in truth and watered with devotion. It will feel like a homecoming, not just to someone but to yourself, to the version of you that has always been waiting for this moment. You are not forgotten, no matter how quiet things have felt or how long the pause. Heaven has never stopped working on your behalf. You are not alone, even in your loneliest moments, even when you felt invisible. You are being carried, held, and protected. You are seen by the angels, by the divine, and yes, by the one who is being prepared to love you. You are loved fully, wholly, unconditionally, in ways that will become clearer each day. And everything is finally falling into place, not by accident, by design, not by force, but by alignment. This was always the plan, to return to love, to awaken together, and to meet not in confusion but in clarity. For divine love never dies. It may sleep, stretch across silence, or take its time, but it always lives and finds a way to return. It only returns in perfect timing, with the right energy, in divine flow, and stronger than ever before. Time has matured it, distance has clarified it, and growth has deepened it. Truer than ever before. Illusions have been cleared, the soul has been stripped of pride, and only what truly matters remains. And more sacred than before. Now both hearts are ready. The wounds have become wisdom, and the path is blessed. Amen. Let that word fill your soul. Amen. Let that word be the closing of every old door. Amen. Let that word be the opening of what is now yours. Amen. This is your time, your moment, your season of return. The heavens rejoice with you, celebrating your growth and singing over your journey. They whisper, you've made it. You've arrived. Now breathe. Feel your heart. It still beats with hope, even when your mind forgets or fear whispers. Your heart remembers. This love is real, near, and yours. It's yours because you were made for it, crafted in light, designed with intention and written by the divine. Not rushed, not borrowed, but chosen. This love carries purpose, legacy, and echoes from other lifetimes. You've met them before in dreams, in feelings you couldn't explain, and in the quiet knowing that said, this is not new. You felt them in the stillness, heard them in the wind, and touched them in spirit before your fingers ever met. Because this love transcends time, bends reality, softens logic, and overrules fear. It teaches you that connection doesn't require a reason. It simply needs recognition. Now it's time to recognize it, accept it, stop questioning it, and allow it in. The angels have gone before you, clearing the way and softening their hearts so that when they arrive, they will arrive whole, free from pieces, shadows, or fear wrapped in silence. Instead, they will bring only truth, soul, and love. They won't come to confuse you, take, or build. They'll come to share and co-create. They'll speak what they used to swallow, hold you the way they used to dream, and stand beside you, not in front or behind, but with. When they look into your eyes, they'll see home, not because you gave up anything to be loved, but because you stood strong in your light. They're coming to meet you there, in the light, not in the darkness of old habits, the dimness of uncertainty, or the shadows of the past. Instead, they'll come to meet you in full illumination, where nothing needs to be hidden, nothing is too much, and everything is sacred. This isn't just romance. It's remembering who you are, who they are, and who you are together. This love isn't soft because it's weak. It's soft because it's sure. It doesn't scream for attention. It knows it belongs. It doesn't chase. It attracts. It doesn't manipulate. It holds, comforts, supports, and celebrates. And it's coming sooner than you think. Right now, they're preparing, releasing fear, facing truths, shedding stories they never needed to carry, and choosing not out of pressure but from the soul and from you. You are the soul that calls to them, like music, warmth, or light through a cold window. They feel it, even now. They may not have the words, but their spirit knows. And the angels are guiding every step, not wasting a moment or delaying anything. Every step was written, every pause was sacred, and every turn was intentional. Because this isn't just love, this is destiny. The kind of writing that only the divine can create. The kind that stirs the very core of nations within souls. And now, the awakening is complete. You are ready, and they are ready. The heavens are opening doors that you once thought were closed, doors you didn't even know existed. Walk through them with your head held high, and your heart filled with peace. Because this is what you were meant to do, to love like this. To be loved like this, without conditions, confusion, shame, or any other limitations. Embrace clarity, reverence, and purpose. You are not asking for too much. You are simply reaching out to the wrong hearts. But now, the right heart is coming, the one that doesn't flinch at your intensity, doesn't drown in your depth, and doesn't run when it sees your power. Because your power calls it home, and your light guides it forward. The angels continue to speak, surrounding you, celebrating the union as blessed, the time sacred, and the love real. You have passed the tests, walked the fire, and now the flame is in your hands. Not to burn, but to warm, to light, and to lead. Let your love be seen, and let your heart remain open. Because it is almost here, right at the edge of return, recognition and redemption. The tears you shed were not in vain. The healing was not in vain, and the silence was not in vain. All of it was for this moment, for now, for love. If you are ready to receive, whisper amen, and feel the angels draw close. Feel their light wrap around your soul, and let their wings brush away every fear. Because you are ready, and love is coming.